everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the 49ers coming in at 4-0, going up against the Seahawks, who come in at 1-3. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Green to bring it back. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. They come out here in the eye.
Green, 39. Green, gone. Let's go. Blue landed.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Play clock winding down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
7 yards to go on second down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Time running out here on the play clock. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
No. Check. Patriot. Over. Back down. No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing, Cook. And this is going to be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And that brings up fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Just 1 yard to go here on second down. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it third down and 10.
What a tremendous play by the defensive line. Instead of getting too far upfield against the draw, able to hold their spot and make a big play in the backfield.
Back to throw here. It's hauled in by Ellington. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it brings up 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out. And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy. Oh, you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first time. I'll try to do better here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now Cook. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. All week in practice, they stress grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll come out in the pistol. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Here we
go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Amaro, the tight end, in motion. And they'll run it here. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Detroit! Gone!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And now it's second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Earl Thomas in on the stop. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Throwing, Cook. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And they're going to speed things up here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now back to throw.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that play goes no. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And how about this, a fake? And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw here. Dumps it off to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to float this one deep right into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So we have reached halftime here in a tight two-point contest, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
The one running back is Gurley, and they'll get it up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Still 9 yards to go on third down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Gurley. And a solid run down inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw now on second and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1. Couldn't get the ball. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. They're dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. So they're going to go for 2. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The play clock's running down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Now let's go. Green, 30. Detroit.
Now Cook. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green.
Throwing, Cook. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Stephon Tuitt with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Good.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Now look at 56.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here we go. Detroit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Detroit. Here we go. Number 19. All right, now look at 56.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Hurry up, here we go. Bleed up.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now let's go. Blue, go.
Gurley. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. They keep it with Crowell on first. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Now let's get you now, Barney. All right, here we go. 3, 19.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. They come out here in the eye.
Green, 39. Green.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds McDonald. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Another carry now for Gurley. And he got it on on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds Jason Morrow. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Cook. From the left side, it's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Let's go.
Throwing, Cook. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19. Gun!
Amaro, the tight end, in motion. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Amaro, the tight end, in motion. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught inside the 25. 26 yards on the play there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And quickly, they get to the line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Amaro, the tight end, in motion. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Amaro, the tight end, in motion. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And Charles